All right, so this video, I'm just going to go through how to build out the website. So whenever we get a property under contract, we build out a web page for it. So that way we can send out links to the sellers, so or to our buyers, to our buyer list. So anyways, I just want to go through this. It's not hard. Once you do it a couple times, it's quite easy, but um, I'm going to step through this step by step, so it makes it pretty simple. So the first thing you do, and I can give you all access to this, is create a folder for the property. So this one I'm going to do this Quivistry. So I went ahead and created a folder in here. Um, that's pretty simple. Just create a folder. I'm going to go ahead and create a folder for the other one. Um, and then I'm gonna we dump everything pertaining to this property into this folder. Just makes it much more simple. So I'll be back. All right, so the first thing I do is I go ahead and download the property page, this info page. So you just print that the PDF, full property view. Actually, let me back that up. We don't want to do full property view. I do client one page on this one, print the PDF, save that in the folder. And then the other thing we want to do is go open up the pictures and save some images to the file because we're going to use those in our website. So you can just label front and then just kind of flip through and just take some of these images and save them. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So next, you would do, after you've saved, I don't know, 5 or 8 pictures, whatever, then you'd want to go in and pull your comps and do a printout of the comps in the area, and I'll do that here in a second. All right, so next, you build out this property analysis. I'm not going to go into detail on this. I'll shoot an entirely another video on building out these packets for this, but for the most part, I just want you to understand that we've got to build these out, put in our purchase price, put in what we think it's going to sell for our ARVs, and then the spreadsheet does most of the work for you. The only other thing is knowing rehab costs. So we'll get into that some other time. And the other thing you want to do is, this is not a very good example of this. Usually I got 4 or 5 properties clicked here, but there just isn't any comps in here that will help us. So, but I've got these 2 checked, and you want to go down and you want to print, and then you want to go to map locations, print to PDF, and that's going to generate this right here of our comps, and then we just dump that into the folder. All right, now that we got the file all ready, we've got 4 or 5 pictures, we've got the comps, we've got the property analysis sheet, we got the property info. Now we're ready to go ahead and log into the website. All right, so this is my hosting site where I have my my websites hung. So now we just log in to the hosting site, and I'm going to step you through this step by step on how to navigate this. It's a little cumbersome, but you first go to WordPress, and it's after you've done it a couple times, it's actually very easy. This video should make it quite simple. So now it's going to load up WordPress for us. So while that's doing that, I'm going to pause this. Well, no, there it goes. So the first thing you want to do, you want to go to Media, and we want to go to Library, and we want to load all of that stuff that we did in that folder. So just go in here, select File, go to the property, and we're just going to go ahead and load everything into here. So usually I do the pictures first, then we do the comps, property analysis, and property info. Now, what I usually do is I open up Word document or something, clipboard or something that you can copy and paste into. So this makes it easier. So the first 3 things you want, these you can just load right out of the library. For whatever reason, I haven't figured out how to get these to load out of the library. So this is what I do to circumvent that. So we got this first one, just copy and paste. We're just copying this URL. Paste, and then I am slow moving today here. Let me kind of close some of the stuff out to clean it up a little bit. So then we close that, and then we get this one. All right. Once I have those 3 links, move that to the side. Now we're going to get into our pages. So we got to pick a page that we want to load all this stuff in. Clearly, we don't want to use a page that we're currently doing marketing on. Right now, the only one we're using is off market one. So we're just going to use this flip one. And so what I typically do is I just go to Live Editor, and then this is going to get us right to the site. So doing WordPress isn't extremely difficult, but I'm going to step through this with you real fast. So this one, we can just go ahead and get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. We can clean that up. And so the first thing I do is I add an element. Let me step through this real fast, and I'll get this set up so it's not taking so much time. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a text box. Here's our text box here, and just click on that, just insert it, and then below I usually put like an image. So I wonder why I didn't insert it. Let me pause this real fast. There you go. It just wasn't showing up because I didn't have anything in there. So here's my text box here. We can go back in here and edit that, and I'll do that here in a second. Second thing I do is add another one, and we're just going to add image. And usually these are set up so you don't even have to go through all these steps, but not always. So then this is where we go into the library right up here. And I always put the front photo on the beginning of the website. And then you can do it again if you want. That's just second one is just if they click on the picture, it'll lead them somewhere. But you don't have to. So that will insert the image there. And then in here, I usually just put wholesale deal, blah, blah, blah. So I'll go ahead and do that and come back. All right, so this is what I put in here. I just usually do the heading one, and then I center it, and that's it. So center, insert, and that's all I put there typically. I've already inserted the image, so now we're ready to move on to just writing a brief description. Here I just give a brief description and point them usually to the comps that make the most sense. So just kind of help them through that. I'll do that here in a minute. And then here's where we copied and paste these 3 URLs. We'll do that. We'll change this information, then we'll add the rest of the images. So I'm going to go ahead and step through this and come back to you. All right, so here's just a quick description that I put in. In another video, I'll cover that. This is kind of a brief overview of how to load this site. But you basically just want to give it a oops, that's not, definitely want to proofread it. But you just want to give a brief description of the property and sell it. I mean, that's what we're doing. This is an easy condo fix and flip located in Littleton. Always want to identify the area first. There are some investors that work only specific areas with profits up to $30,000, and you don't want to make that as big of a number as possible, right? You don't want to put 30K like down here. They're thinking profits. You want to make that a big number, so that means $, spell it all the way out. It's just a psychology of making it feel like it's making more money. So then I just kind of go into why this property is worth why I think the ARV is what it is, and how easy it's going to be. So I'm just selling it, right? So anyways, we'll talk more about that later. So next, we want to go into here and load these links. So this is a property info. So the only thing I change here is the address. So just put in the street, and then load this link. So this is the property info one. So we don't want comps, we want the property info. So we just copy and paste this link into here. And this is a little finicky. You got to kind of be, there you go. Paste, insert. So that'll link that sheet up to this. And so I'm going to do all of these. I don't need to show you all that. Basically change this and load the photos. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go ahead and complete this out and just go through this real fast. All right, so now I'm just adding images. So I went ahead, we loaded these in, which I've already gone over that. Here, you're just going in, editing the purchase price. So this is when you want to have your contract pulled up. So you want to know what you want to have your dates all lined up with the advertisement and your earnest money. So we got $2,500 of earnest money on this one. I'll just go ahead and charge 6. If they were asking for 6, I might ask for 10. And then I put the rehab, ARV, so on, and then we might want to make sure we get this close date right. So now I'm just doing the images. So this is the last one. So just hit the edit and remove the image, select a file. We're just going into media library. And so I'm going to add this second bathroom and then you just insert it into post. Like I said, you can go ahead and add the second one. I don't always do that, but that's just if they click, it'll go to this image again. It's kind of silly, so we don't really need to do that. So that's it. This site's built out. While you're going through and adding this information, it's always a good idea to hit save and continue in case you lose connection. It's done, it's saved. So that is pretty much it. That is building out the website for each property. It takes about 10 minutes. It's not a big deal. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And so you go ahead and save and close. And then the next thing we're doing is we're copying this web link because that's what we're going to use for our text blasting and for email advertisement and so on. So, but that's it for the website.